Hey, it's Keylime. I just wanted to make this video to kind of maybe explain some of the lore and everything. Mainly just because I want to kind of document and everything. And I don't know, maybe somebody's interested in the actual lore. And I figure with how small this channel is right now, this video won't resurface for a while. And that's even, assuming this works. But I guess we'll start off with why the mask? Why the black attire? Why am I faceless? So the reason I'm doing it faceless is because mainly if I do get famous, I don't want that kind of attention in public, but also because I think it creates a sense of mystery. Um, Not so much in the sense of who is he, but more of like a what is this dude about? Why does he have like it almost looks like a shiesty? It's just a balaclava, but like you would usually see like maybe drill rappers wearing this shit, but um, pretty much, yeah. I just wanted the anonymity if I did pop off, but also at the same time, it does create that mysteriousness. And the void. We're gonna cover the void. So the void is kind of a safe place for those who are like me, someone who wants to go somewhere where they're surrounded by, I guess, just a darkness or an isolation that is comforting. It's not an isolation in the sense of I'm alone, I'll never be, like I'll never be this, I'll never be that kind of isolation. It's more of like I don't want to be around you, so I'm going to isolate myself and I'm going to put myself in this place so that you can't reach me and you can't hurt me here. And that's kind of where the music comes from. Is the idea is that the music comes from the void, and aliens are able to transmit it to us, and that's what the music is. I'm just the messenger. Pretty much the whole idea is that I am simply the architect. I'm building the void. I am putting out these transmissions. Each one is like a building block that builds upon each thing. In a couple of songs like X382, Smoke Dope in My Chevy, Getting On It, I think even Wake Up, I mention why I smoke. Not only is it an inspiration, not in the sense of like, oh, dude, fucking, have you seen everything good that weed does, dude? Like, no, it's more of an inspiration in the sense of it gets me in the right mindset where I'm not trying to just spit rapid lyrics, like I'm not trying to get in it and just go a million miles an hour. It helps me kind of feel grounded, get the groove, get into a rhythm. Um, on top of that, it also historically has been a way for me to separate work and home life because that can get a little difficult sometimes for me. Not only that, but also the architect of the void. What is the void really? It is a physical space that is you have to reach metaphysically. You cannot reach it like just walking through a door. You have to be in the right mindset at the right time at the right place. And the reason that I'm using a balaclava is the idea that the void speaks. I am not the one speaking. The void speaks. That's why there is no mouth, because I am not the one that is speaking. The void is. Same with like any of my fans. I would call them void walkers or the awake, because the void is not necessarily asleep when you're in it, but it is a sleep like state or a trance. It's almost like daydreaming. If you daydream, you're one step closer to being in the void. And some people just fall into it. Whether you found my music and you immediately liked it, you already are of the awake. You already are a void walker. You just haven't been tapped in. You haven't heard it. You haven't seen it. The void is almost like the world between heaven and earth, in the sense that you can't reach it through normal means. You have to reach it through life experiences, and you have to reach it through knowing what you want in life and how you're going to get there, and having the drive and motivation that you will get there. And that leads me into this. So, as someone who is part of the void, someone who is the messenger of the void, I personally hate social media. I personally want to be off of social media. I could not give a shit less what happens on social media. That isn't to say I don't care about other people and what's going on in their lives, but there's just so much shit going on right now. I would much rather be ignorant to what is going on and stay in the void. But unfortunately, I'm cursed with being the architect. And that means I have to post on social media. I have to, this is breaking the fourth wall for me, but pretty much just record, write, post on social media, try to connect with people, try to push my music out there. And in the lore sense, it's the void it's almost like God telling a prophet they have to spread his word. Um, However, the void, speaking of God, actually, the void is not necessarily a god. The void is rather an anti-god in the sense that it itself uses its power to take down others in power, or rather it wants to. It wants to use its power to take down other power so that it too can relinquish its power and give the power back to the listeners or the people. And the gods in this sense would be someone like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole, the most recent, like, I'm sure the ones that just immediately pop into your head. Another thing I want to go over is, what do the lyrics mean? Now, if you look into the lyrics, a lot of them do talk about drug use, talk about just life. And there's a couple of songs where I talk about, like, driving a lot, and I'm always on the road, And just to kind of give context to that, I used to work 10 hours a day, 2-hour drive one way, and it just started straining on me, and it gets really tough, especially when, you feel like you can't get any of your bills in order, you can't get anything in order because you're spending so much money on gas, you're spending so much on this or that, and that's kind of what drives me to make the music, is the idea that if I never stop making music, I can at least stop doing something. I can at least stop doing that. I can at least stop doing this or that. It's not coming from a place of, oh, I want to be rich just because I want money. No, it's an idea of, I want to make music and I want to touch people. Whoa, pause. But I want to touch people's hearts. I want to be a household name in the sense of people either hate me or they love me. The people who hate me, I don't care. I hope they hate me because then it gets my name out there. The people who love me, I hope they continue to love me because you know what? I love you back. Because you know what? All 20 of my subscribers, dude, every time I get a subscriber, I'm so fucking happy. Like, I don't care. I don't care if I ever have 10 million subscribers. I will celebrate every single fucking 100 subscriber milestone, every single subscriber that I see. Every time I'm looking at my analytics, I'm looking for that. So thank you if you are a subscriber. Thank you for watching. And this was just kind of a video explaining the lore and everything. So thank you.